Hello again, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is DrHooksMalone bringing you another episode of IWF in the War Zone. Jack Hammer and Mike Steele of the Grapplers, members of Platinum Productions, as well as the Savion Nation, tonight they'll attempt to do the dirty work of their leader Savion once again and try to clean up their mess from last episode, where Hammer and Steele, they beat Frank Dean in a handicap match. However, it took them upwards of 15 minutes and they barely got past the Walking Chainsaw Massacre. Savion, of course, upset with the performance of Hammer and Steele and sent him back after Frank Dean. However, tonight, Dean has brought some major league help with him in the form of the former IWF champion, Jamal Jones. Jamal Jones is going to team up with Frank Dean in our opening contest. Jamal Jones making his way to the ring in this opening contest in order to spite his former manager, JC Platinum, the man standing in the corner of Hammer and Steele. Of course, they were sent after Frank Dean, but now they're going to suffer the consequences. Frank Dean, bring along an old friend in the form of Jamal Jones. An odd couple to say the least, however. Tonight they'll team up in order to combine their efforts to take down Platinum Productions together. Jamal Jones and Frank Dean are going to take on Hammer and Steele in tag team competition here in the War Zone opening contest. DrHooksMalone, I'd like to thank you for joining me for what is sure to be a huge episode. In our main event tonight, we're going to see the clash of two icons, with the Madman and the unholy Thaynos, two men with nothing to lose. The Walking Chainsaw Massacre, Frank Dean teaming up with Jamal Jones against the forces of the Grapplers, Hammer and Steele. And Frank Dean was nearly able to defeat the Hammer and Steele by himself in a handicap on the last episode of the War Zone. Tonight, he's got some huge help. That JC Platinum was not expecting Jamal Jones here tonight. Hammer and Steele taking on Jamal Jones and Frank Dean. Opening contest in the War Zone. Thank you for joining me. This is DrHooksMalone. As we see members of the Savion Nation, Platinum Productions, Savion and JC Platinum standing on the outside, watching on as their rivals take on their henchmen. Mike Steele, the real deal as he calls himself. Now it's a German suplex on the former champion Jamal Jones, in trouble already at the hands of the tag team specialists, the Grapplers. The real deal, Mike Steele now making the tag out to Big Ham, Jack Hammer. And Jack Hammer will look to apply as many hammerlocks as possible. As now he stomps away on the hand of Jamal Jones, the sworn enemy of his manager, JC Platinum. Of course, Platinum was once the manager of Jamal Jones, leaving his side upon the debut of the Nigerian prizefighter Xavion, forcing JC Platinum to choose. Of course, at the time, JC Platinum was the loser in the effort as Jamal Jones became the champion right after he dropped the services of Platinum. Now Platinum still looks for revenge against his former protege, J-Money Jamal Jones. Jamal Jones feeling empathy for Frank Dean, the Walking Chainsaw Massacre, teaming up with him to take on Hammer and Steel to save him from a handicap match. However, he may regret his decision after the beating that Jamal Jones has been taking at the hands of the grapplers. Mike Steel and Jack Hammer have come ready for anything here tonight. Bring the fight to Jamal Jones like never before as Jack Hammer, he's in rare territory, climbing up on top, driving that hammer-like elbow into the spine of Jamal Jones. J-Money gonna make his great escape, powder out perhaps, recover from the beating that he's been taking so far. Jamal Jones needs the tag, but Mike Steel may have just taken himself out. This idiot just flew over the ropes and landed on nobody. Now Steel trying to compensate for his mistake as the whole world is watching. Jamal Jones and Frank Dean take on the grapplers in tag team competition here in the War Zone. Jamal Jones and Mike Steel both missing with their attempted strikes, but J-Money, he's got the bankroll. J-Money with a quick recovery, applying that bankroll submission ankle lock. That's how he drags Mike Steel to the center of the ring. Jack Hammer, he's got to exit the ring. Jamal Jones nearly upsetting the grapplers right there as they brought the fight to him. Mike Steel now in trouble down on the mat. J-Money, he's going on top. Both grapplers down outside the ring. Jamal Jones should make the tag right here, but instead he's distracted by his former manager, JC Platinum. Xavion out there too. J-Money attacking Xavion on the outside. Flattens him with a super kick. Now back after the grapplers. And the Nigerian prizefighter isn't going to take kindly to that. As Jack Hammer just springboarded to nothing. Jamal Jones gets out of the way. Steel catches Jones from behind with another German suplex, tossing the former champion like a ragdoll. Jamal Jones now finally gets the tag out. Frank Dean gets caught by Mike Steel. But no, Dean scoops up Steel and delivers the running power slam. And the Chainsaw Massacre gonna lock up now with his rivals, Hammer and Steel. The men he nearly defeated in handicap competition on our last episode. Now he gets tossed with a belly-to-belly suplex. Seems that Hammer and Steel have been training hard all the last 2 weeks since our last episode. Steel, with a brilliant performance thus far here tonight, has brought it to Frank Dean and Jamal Jones. Two great singles competitors, top contenders for the championship in the IWF. They're met with a brick wall or perhaps a steel wall in the form of these tag team specialists, Mike Steel and Jack Hammer, with Platinum on the outside. Sabian looks to have been ejected from ringside after the physical altercation with Jamal Jones. Now Frankie drops jackhammer face first on the turnbuckle. Geen choking his opponent in his own corner. Jackhammer clutching at his throat, can't even reach out to make the tag. But now whips Geen down. Excuse me, huge elbow drop from Jackhammer. Hammer now. Beautiful springboard forearm flattens Frank Geen as he makes the tag back out to Mike Steele. The grapplers, as I said, in rare form here tonight. Mike Steele locking on a Fujiwara armbar. Bringing the fight to Frank Geen face down on the mat. Can the grapplers get the all-important win here tonight? Jamal Jones in to make the save, but Steele gets out of the way. Geen gets caught. Steele with an hip toss takedown. Beautiful move from Mike Steele on the massive Frank Geen. Brought down to the mat with ease. Steele now. Overhead throw. Frank Geen flies across the ring once again. He'll tag out to his partner, Jackhammer. And Frank Geen in huge trouble now at the hands of these skilled tag team specialists, as I said. Geen had better odds when he was fighting both men at the same time. Now coverage power bomb delivered by Frank Geen. Smashes Jackhammer into the mat, but Hammer kicks out with ease. Frank Geen gonna need to try to maintain control here. Don't let Jackhammer breathe for a second. That's how he scoops him up on the top rope. But Jackhammer shoves Frank Geen away. Geen catches a foot. Clotheslines Hammer down to the mat once again. Hammer in deep trouble at the hands of Frank Geen. Frank Geen getting caught by Jackhammer, unable to make the tag out to his partner Jamal Jones. That's Jackhammer. Looks to regain control. Hammer locks the arm and slams Geen right on top of it. Frank Geen now has to make the tag out to Jamal Jones as Jackhammer shows up. Jamal Jones with for a springboard back kick, but Jackhammer got out of the way. Now Jackhammer springboards into a forearm, smashing J Money into the mush. As now Jamal Jones is being manhandled. Spikes Jackhammer into the mat with a DDT. Can Jamal Jones mount a comeback here? His team in deep trouble. As now he drags Jackhammer to the center. Jamal Jones will apply the ankle lock submission hold. The ankle lock locked in tight. Mike Steele doesn't even know what to do. As Jackhammer submits. No thanks to his tag team partner. As Jamal Jones fights Steele for his efforts as well. Jamal Jones dominating the grapplers here tonight in the war zone. What a win. As Jamal Jones was able to force Jackhammer to tap out as Mike Steele interfered, but he got flattened with that back kick from J Money. And Jamal Jones shows his worth once again. Overcoming the grapplers after taking the beating of a lifetime here tonight. Along with a well-tenderized and beaten Frank Geen. Jamal Jones picks up the win. And what a team these two made. It's hard to say the least, yet very effective Frank Keane and Jamal Jones pick up the win in the opening match of the War Zone here tonight with DrHooksMalone. Thank you for joining me once again for this magical journey through professional wrestling action. As up next, we're going to see two rivals square off when Ronnie Flash Valentine of the High Rollers takes on a former High Roller in his own right. Earlier this year, Azrael sold out his Azteca heritage, his family, as well as Lucha Libre by joining the High Rollers and removing his mask to form a business partnership. Now Azrael introducing his son Azazel into the mix. High Rollers didn't approve of Azazel's commitment to his Lucha Libre heritage. Told him that he had to remove his mask or they would remove it for him and take him out of action once and for all. Ronnie Flash Valentine, hey, he came close to taking Azazel out for good, that is. The last time that they squared off, Ronnie Flash Valentine injuring the knee of Azazel, much like he did a Spectro Azteca when they faced off in the Winterfest. With that all too dangerous figure four leg lock.
HELLSPAWN match. Making his way to the ring from New York, New York, weighing in at 240 pounds, Ron E. Flash Valentine.
Ronnie Flash Valentine, the New York nature boy, the bleach blonde mafia don of the High Rollers. Partner of Ace Gold and Romeo Adonis, as well as their manager, Queen Crystal. Of course, Queen Crystal's ownership, her majority ownership, that is, of the IWF, held in question right now as she was forced to sell off her majority ownership to a mystery investor. Queen Crystal, she's going to get an opportunity to recuperate her losses at high stakes. The stakes couldn't be any higher. It's going to be winner take all. Queen Crystal will face the mystery investor. Who could it be? As that Ronnie Flash Valentine looks to get some vengeance on his former partner, Azrael, for abandoning the High Rollers and joining his son's side.
In at 270 pounds, Azrael.
Ronnie Flash Valentine sent on a mission of seek and destroy by his High Roller brethren to take out Azrael in the name of the High Rollers, as he's defected from the group altogether, cutting all business ties. Azrael has chosen to stand by his son. However, unfortunately, his son was injured at the hands of Ronnie Flash Valentine with that figure four leg lock, taking him out of action, much like he did a Spectro Azteca. A Spectro, he made his return too early in the Lucha Rumble, competing when he should not have. Now a Spectro Azteca is going to have to wait even longer in recovery due to his actions. And even though Azrael is at odds with his brothers, Padre Azteca and a Spectro Azteca, one must imagine it doesn't sit too well with Azrael that Ronnie Valentine has been on a tear, injuring Aztecas left and right. Will Azrael be the next man to be taken out of action at the hands of Ronnie Flash Valentine and his dreaded Nature Boy figure four leg lock? We'll have to find out here tonight. That's Ronnie Valentine. Brings the fight to Azrael early. Azrael is going to have to bring his A game. Nails a power bomb early on. Nearly a 2 count. Azrael going to take control now over his former partner, Ronnie Flash Valentine. When these two men were on the same page, they were able to defeat the Aztecas. in a 4-on-4 ladder match. And now Azrael, suddenly distracted by the presence of the leader of the High Rollers, the Ace of Spades, making his presence felt. And a no-holds-barred match. This is all legal. Ace Gold, with a clothesline, takes down Azrael. Shocked at the appearance of his former partner. Now Azrael takes over on Ace Gold. Ronnie Flash Valentine suffering down on the mat as Azrael is taking on the High Rollers by himself here. But gets cut off by Ace Gold with that clothesline once again. Azrael fighting back on the Ace of Spades. Knee to the face as Ace Gold, perhaps he's thought better of his involvement. Ace Gold now escaping to the back as Azrael power bombs Valentine once again. Azrael dominating over the High Rollers here. Climbs on top. Frog splash delivered. Ronnie Valentine barely kicks out. Even with the interference of the Ace of Spades himself, Azrael able to overcome thus far. Setting up Valentine for another. Smashes him into the mat with another powerbomb. And locking on, La Caballo, shades of the original Santo. Ronnie Valentine in trouble on the mat at the hands of Azrael. Valentine was sent here on a mission of seek and destroy to take out the knee of Azrael, but hasn't even had the opportunity yet. Suffering 3 power bombs already. Now yanking Azrael back up. Ronnie Valentine looks to turn the tide, but look out. 4th power bomb connects. Azrael going up top again. Went for a second frog splash to put away his opponent. But now he's up with the Dragon Screw Leg Whip. Can anything slow this man down? Azrael, a machine in there. But Ronnie Flash Valentine takes over with the knee to the face and now applies the dreaded Nature Boy figure 4 leg lock, looking to injure the knee of Azrael. Azrael rolling over the hold, able to escape. But has the damage been done already? Azrael now yanks up Valentine, but he's able to escape. The knee buckles. Azrael in trouble. Reverse DDT connects. Able to kick out. Ronnie Flash Valentine with a brilliant job thus far. Now setting up in the corner for some chin music. Valentine nearly gets the super kick, but Azrael connects. 5th power bomb. Ronnie Flash Valentine sucking up the effects of that power bomb delivered by Azrael for the 5th time in one match. Neck breaker. Ronnie Flash Valentine trying to snap the vertebrae of his former partner. Now going back to the figure 4, but Azrael, wise to the maneuver, able to escape. Hooking up Valentine for a suplex. Ronnie Valentine able to escape. But these men so evenly matched. Technical masters between the ropes. Valentine with a shot into the face. But Azrael responds. Whips Valentine into the other side, but he escapes once again. With another shot to the nose. Side Russian leg sweep takedown as Valentine continues to punish Azrael. The ground and pound attack, effective, and now Valentine going up top. Valentine going high risk here. Calling Azrael to his feet. And Valentine misses, of course. Ronnie Valentine. Certainly not a high flyer. Now smashes Azrael into the mat. He's going to try it again. Going up top. It's too far away. Valentine making a fool of himself here. But rakes the eyes. Reversal of the inverted atomic drop as Azrael is going to take advantage. But Valentine, effective there, rakes the eyes and takes out the knee. Azrael and Ronnie Flash Valentine locking up in one-on-one competition in the war zone. Here with DrHooksMalone, and what a match it is indeed. Azrael suffering the effects of the attack of Ronnie Flash Valentine. Trying to take out the knee. Perhaps move the patella of Azrael. But Valentine eats the mat there. Azrael nails the frog splash. Just like that, blink and you'll miss it. Azrael picks up the win over his former partner, Ronnie Flash Valentine, here tonight. And what a fight that was. Azrael spiking Valentine over and over again with that power bomb. Was unable to put his opponent away. But then, blink and you'll miss it. Azrael took down Valentine and ran up the ropes, nailing that third frog splash. Azrael picks up the win here tonight in the war zone over Ronnie Flash Valentine. In a heated battle between two rivals.
Here is your winner, Azrael.
Bloodied and battered, the oldest of the Aztec brothers overcomes the high rollers on this occasion. And what will Ace Gold and Ronnie Flash Valentine have in store for Azrael? In retaliation for this victory, Azrael picks up the win. That's up next. We're going to see the World Tag Team Championship defended. Draven Dyer and Porticos undefeated since their debut here in the IWF tonight. They will be put to the test as they are challenged. And the challenge has been accepted by Warlock and the Dark Rider Ghost, members of the Disciples of Darkness. These monstrous Mega Men, these jacked up satanic hellhounds, they're going to take on the forces of Draven Dyer and Porticos with the opportunity of a lifetime tonight. The Dark Rider Ghost and Warlock, the Wicked Weaver of Witchcraft and Wizardry, will get their opportunity. I am DrHooksMalone. This is IWF in the War Zone, episode 32. I'd like to thank you for joining me. That's up next. The World Tag Team Championship is going to be on the line. The Disciples of Darkness taking on the HELLSPAWN, Warlock, and the Dark Rider Ghost versus Draven Dyer and Porticos. Who can come out on top? We'll find out up next.
Introducing the champions. At a combined weight of 578 pounds, they are the World Tag Team Champions, Chaos!
Hello everyone, this is DrHooksMalone back here with you. IWF World Heavyweight Tag Team Championship to be defended as the undefeated champions put their titles on the line against their biggest challengers to date. Warlock and the Dark Rider Ghost team up against the HELLSPAWN, Dre Dyer, and Porticos. The tag team champions compete in dire circumstances tonight as referee holds up the title belts. The Dark Rider Ghost and Dre Dyer will start things off here tonight in the War Zone Tag Team Championship with DrHooksMalone. The Dark Rider delivering shots to Dre Dyer, starting things off strong in this Tag Team Championship contest. Can the Disciples of Darkness finally bring home a win for the Unholy Alliance? As Dre Dyer knocks the Dark Rider Ghost off the apron to the outside. Porticos makes the tag in, and now Porticos, the heavy hitter, is tossed like a rag doll. The Dark Rider Ghost, angered now, throws Porticos down. Gut wrench suplex, so effective in the hands of a massive superstar like the Dark Rider Ghost. As Porticos encircles the ring, they're near the Women's World Champion Victoria Lovecraft on the outside watching as the Disciples of Darkness take on the Tag Team Champions, trying to lead her men to victory. But Porticos takes advantage now, clotheslining the Dark Rider down. A huge night for the Unholy Alliance here, as the Disciples of Darkness challenge for the Tag Team Championship, as well as the Unholy Thaynos competing in an Icon versus Icon one-on-one contest. In our main event, it's going to be the Unholy Thaynos taking on the Big Bad Mad Daddy, the Madman, and what a match that is sure to be. Two massive superstars with huge implications headed into high stakes on the Vegas Strip, where the Madman will take on Jamal Jones. Dre Dyer nails a beautiful flying knee to the face of the Dark Rider Ghost. And Ghost is down now at the hands of the champions, wisely going after the knee of the big man. But Porticos, he wants to go up top, looking to fly. Missile-like splash squashes the guts of the Dark Rider. Ghost crawling for safety in the ropes as the Tag Team Champions go to work. Dre Dyer tag back in now. Kick to the back. Dyer now gets caught. The Dark Rider Ghost scoops him up. Delivering a tombstone pile driver. And Ghost took advantage of that opportunity, smashing Tyre's skull into the mat. It's far too close to the ropes. Drew McIntyre nails the side effect. Ghost is down, but right near the ropes once again. The HELLSPAWN and the Disciples of Darkness doing battle here tonight. And one must wonder if Victoria Lovecraft would have designs on adding the HELLSPAWN into the Unholy Alliance. As successful as they are tonight, they take on the minions of the Unholy Thaynos, if you will. But Drew McIntyre nails a flatliner on the massive Warlock. In trouble already at the hands of the HELLSPAWN. Porticos tags back in. But Warlock, the massive and mighty Wicked Wizard, smashes Porticos in the corner. Now try and choke him. That size 16 boot. Porticos takes Warlock down to the canvas. Now with a headbutt into the midsection. Warlock in huge trouble. Porticos just takes his head off with that boot, busting open the Warlock. Porticos with that huge boot out of nowhere. Now tags in. Young Drew McIntyre. One out for the tag team champions now. HELLSPAWN Drew McIntyre. Now looks to put away Warlock. Knocked out cold by that boot. The Dark Rider Ghost forced to make this save for his partner. The HELLSPAWN bring it to the Disciples of Darkness, but now Warlock taking advantage of his size there. Throws Drew McIntyre with ease. Warlock taking over on the tag team champions now. Drew McIntyre down on the mat, right by his partner Porticos. The Disciples of Darkness challenging the HELLSPAWN here tonight. Of course, the HELLSPAWN undefeated, not one to back down from a challenge. Will the Disciples of Darkness be able to sweep the tag team champions here? Porticos manhandling the Dark Rider Ghost, dropping him throw first on the top rope, but now the Dark Rider with a beautiful dragon screw leg whip, well timed. Into a black hole slam. What a move from Ghost. As now the Dark Rider, look at such agility. What an athlete. The Dark Rider Ghost will now tag out to his partner. Warlock back in. Now going to try to choke out Porticos. Referee, that's a choke. But Porticos escapes, raking the eyes of Warlock. Thrust kick. Porticos now going to tag in Drew McIntyre once again. The precision, the scalpel of the HELLSPAWN is now tossed on the top rope once again like a rag doll by the mighty Warlock. Draven recovering quickly with that roundhouse from the ground. Short DDT. Smashing the cranium. Now Drew McIntyre will lock in the Draven sleeper. Full body scissors applied. The Dark Rider Ghost makes the save. However, the Warlock too close to the ropes on that occasion. Drew McIntyre may have had him right there. Now's another side effect. Drew McIntyre and the HELLSPAWN in firm control here. As Tyre tosses the Warlock over the ropes. And Zinguri takes him off the apron. Drew McIntyre in hot pursuit of the challenger. Porticos nails the spinning neck breaker. The Dark Rider Ghost in trouble as well. Flatliner to Warlock. Drew McIntyre and Porticos dominating their challengers right now on the outside in a brawl. And who would have thought that any team could dominate the Disciples of Darkness in an all-out fight? Referee at a count of 7. The Warlock trying to get his head together. But Drew McIntyre just gets tossed to the side. The Warlock tasted confused, but must not be happy. He gets tossed as well. Drew McIntyre with such great strength. Now spikes Warlock's head into the mat on the outside. 6 degrees of separation from concrete. The Warlock in deep trouble now, returning to the ring. That's the champion, Drew McIntyre. On the other side, the Warlock slides out and tries to catch him. McIntyre nails that sting light. Scorpion death drop. Warlock yanking up Tyre. With a headbutt into the back of the head and tosses Tyre. The Warlock asserting his size over Drew McIntyre. Will HELLSPAWN be able to overcome such massive challengers? Draven gonna go for that inverted DDT, or excuse me, inverted atomic drop. However, the Warlock able to counter, now tags in his partner, the Dark Rider Ghost, who gets another Black Hole Slam. Beautiful move from the Dark Rider. Yanking up Drew McIntyre. Escaping the power slam attempt. He gets another flatliner. Drew McIntyre now. Gonna look to apply the Draven Sleeper. And the champions got the challenger in huge trouble. Warlock hits a dropkick from Porticos. Drew McIntyre choking out the Dark Rider, but no. The Dark Rider Ghost survives. And the champion, Drew McIntyre, now to the outside. Springboard clothesline, flattens the Dark Rider. Drew McIntyre with the tag out to Porticos. Porticos gonna try to pick up the pieces here. Goes for the pin. No, the Dark Rider survives. Porticos gonna tag out Drew McIntyre back in the match. The champions dominating the challengers here. But no, the Dark Rider Ghost nails a backbreaker and a huge boot. Drew McIntyre is flat now. Porticos unable to help his partner. But Tyre kicks out nonetheless. What a match we have here in the War Zone here tonight as the Tag Team Championship hangs in the balance. The champion, Drew McIntyre, nails the Dragon Screw-Leg Whip on the Dark Rider Ghost down on the mat. Now, locked in the Dragon Sleeper once again. The Dark Rider in trouble, and Ghost taps out. The Dark Rider Ghost taps out to Drew McIntyre's Dragon Sleeper. HELLSPAWN are victorious once again here in the War Zone, defending their World Tag Team Championship here tonight against their largest challengers to date, the Warlock and the Dark Rider Ghost. They'll be forced to report back to the unholy Thaynos. Defeated Victoria Lovecraft, the women's champion, of course, must be disappointed at the loss of her disciples as they are defeated, just like every other team that has challenged the HELLSPAWN thus far. Drew McIntyre and Porticos dominate here once again, maintaining their championship reign.
And still the World Tag Team Champions, Chaos!
the HELLSPAWN, Draven Dyer and Porticos, once again defend their tag team championship on the road to high stakes in the Vegas Strip. Will they maintain their titles? Moving into the next year, we'll find out. As the HELLSPAWN are victorious once again here in the War Zone with DrHooksMalone. Up next, we're going to see ladies action with the #1 contender for the Women's Championship, Vinci Valeska. She's going to square off with Victoria Lovecraft at high stakes on the Vegas Strip with the championship on the line. Of course, Victoria Lovecraft, she looks to put every roadblock possible in front of Vinci Valeska, sending her henchwomen, as you will, or if you will, and Cat Scarlet, a member of the Coven, a partner of Victoria Lovecraft, Vinci Valeska, already overcoming Dahlia LaLorna, one of the members of the Coven tonight. She'll be faced with perhaps an even greater challenge in the Queen of the Cat fight, being accompanied by her boyfriend and her muse, her inspirational leader, Inferno, the murderous father of Devin Gabriel, the satanic priest, the right-hand man to El Rey Diablo, stealing Cat Scarlet away from Curve, her former lover. Of course, Curve still dying to get his hands on Inferno tonight. He'll stand in the corner of Curve's former lover, Cat Scarlet, when she attempts to take out Vinci Valeska for her friend, the women's champion, Victoria Lovecraft, on the road to high stakes in the Vegas Strip, where Vinci Valeska will face the champion. This is DrHooksMalone, and I am stumbling over my words in the War Zone here in the IWF. I'd like to thank you for joining me nonetheless. As up next, Cat Scarlet faces the Louisville Slugger, Vinci Valeska.
The following contest is
everyone, DrHooksMalone back here with you. As Pinchy Valeska goes one-on-one with Cat Scarlet. Cat Scarlet's boyfriend Inferno watching on from the outside. As Cat is sent like a mercenary as a human weapon to take out the Louisville Slugger ahead of her championship match at high stakes on the biggest strip against Cat Scarlet's partner and friend Victoria Lovecraft. The queen of the cat fight going to work early on the Louisville Slugger, yanking back on the chin with that crossface after raking the eyes. Cat Scarlet, a formidable opponent to say the least. Pinchy Valeska facing a huge challenge here tonight against the former women's champion, Cat Scarlet. One of the dirtiest players in the game will use everything at her disposal, including her claws and her fangs. Breaking the eyes once again. Pinchy Valeska with a beautiful springboard drop kick. Pinchy Valeska, an amazing athlete, now flattens Cat Scarlet with a huge right hand. The number one contender taking on Cat Scarlet in one-on-one competition here in the war zone. As Cat Scarlet regains control of that snap neck breaker. Pinchy Valeska fighting back, locking up Cat Scarlet in the STF. Beautiful takedown, Pinchy Valeska back in control just like that as Cat Scarlet is suffering. Referee, get out of the way. Cat Scarlet fighting out of the STF applied by the Louisville Slugger. And I will go to work on the leg. Cat Scarlet in danger of being defeated early on. But now Pinchy Valeska tosses Cat Scarlet to the outside. Pinchy walking around to where Inferno was standing. And I implore Pinchy Valeska to stay away from that evil, murderous man. As she tosses her opponent, Cat Scarlet, into the ring steps. Pinchy Valeska, the number one contender, awaiting the recovery. Cat Scarlet on the attack quickly with a sucker punching kick, scratching the eyes. Pinchy Valeska got to recover from the attack. Tosses Cat into the steps once again. Cat Scarlet will taste her own medicine there. As Pinchy re-enters the ring, and the Louisville Slugger is on fire thus far. But Cat Scarlet gonna cut her off and smashes her head on the outside, rocking the brain and the cranium. Pinchy in trouble now. That's Cat. Now's another neck breaker. Snapping Pinchy's head into those thin mats on the outside. Huge slaps, rocking Pinchy Valeska in huge trouble as Cat Scarlet drives her face first into the mat on the outside once again. Pinchy dazed and beaten, a count of 8 as Cat Scarlet re-enters the ring. Cat Scarlet, will she take a count-out victory here? Pinchy Valeska at a count of 9. But Pinchy, she didn't re-enter the ring. Pinchy Valeska gets counted out here at the hands of Cat Scarlet. What a bizarre outcome in this one-on-one contest as Cat Scarlet drags Pinchy Valeska to the outside, leaving her dazed and confused, and then Pinchy wandering off, perhaps as if she was under some spell at the hands of the coven. Those dastardly witches taking advantage.
Here is your winner, Crimson Kitty.
As Cat Scarlet is victorious here tonight with a count-out victory over the number one contender, Pinchy Valeska. In a bizarre twist of fate, Cat Scarlet is your winner Unbelievable outcome. Here in the war zone, what an upset. As Vinci Molesca is defeated. Up next, we're going to see the World Heavyweight Champion in a non-title match. He's going to take on the Mercenary, the Enforcer of Damian Rodriguez, the #1 contender, along with Rosalicia, with a stake in the ownership of the IWF. Rosalicia still holds a piece of the power here, able to make this matchup, sending her father into battle. The Monster Perez, an inmate in a Puerto Rican prison in solitary confinement. He only gets out on work release when his evil daughter Rosalicia and her boyfriend Damian Rodriguez deem it necessary to use him as a weapon, as a mercenary, to destroy Damian Rodriguez's rivals. Tonight, the Monster Perez is sent on a mission of destruction against the World Heavyweight Champion Dante De La Muerte. Rosalicia asserting whatever authority she has left here. Will the Monster Perez defeat the world champion Dante De La Muerte on the road to high stakes on the Vegas Strip, where he will defend his title against the #1 contender Damian Rodriguez, standing on the outside, watching his monster do battle here tonight? The Monster Perez going one-on-one with Dante De La Muerte. Up next, here in the war zone, IWF action brought to you by DrHooksMalone. Once again here with you. Thank you for joining me.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Weighing in at 341 pounds. The Monster Perez.
The Monster Perez making his entrance here tonight in the war zone, looking to take out the World Heavyweight Champion ahead of his title defense at high stakes on the Vegas Strip, where he'll take on the leader of El Sindicato, perhaps the greatest IWF champion we've ever seen, Damian Rodriguez, the Omen himself. The man in the suit standing next to Rosalicia, sporting a gorgeous evening gown as she accompanies her filthy father, the Monster Perez. Perhaps if the Monster Perez is able to defeat Dante De La Muerte here tonight, they'd allow him to take a shower. The Monster Perez, the mercenary of El Sindicato, sent to take on the champion here tonight on IWF. As up next, Dante De La Muerte. The World Heavyweight Champion, Dante De La Muerte, making his arrival here tonight to do battle with the Monster. The IWF champion with quite a challenge ahead of him here tonight. Will have to try to defend that title against Damian Rodriguez at high stakes. Dante De La Muerte, the IWF World Heavyweight Champion, set to take on the Monster Perez in one-on-one competition, non-title match here tonight. That's the #1 contender. Damian Rodriguez will watch on from the outside, having a hand in making this match in the first place, sending the Monster Perez on a mission of destruction. As Perez tosses Dante, the world champion, flying like a ragdoll already, as the Monster asserts his power. Perez, once a great wrestler, put away for a crime he may not have even committed over 25 years ago. He's been locked in solitary confinement for Rosalicia's entire life. Now, she uses the Monster Perez as her hired mercenary, offering him fringe benefits in his solitary confinement, courtesy of a filthy warden. As Dante De La Muerte makes a comeback now, flying in with that headbutt. Dante climbing up top now with the Monster. Attempts to cut off the champion, but Dante De La Muerte blends the Monster Perez with a kick to the back. Dante will now look to apply his favorite finishing maneuver, the Tequila Sunrise, wrapping up the Monster Perez like a pretzel. Perez making his escape, and the Puerto Rican Monster locks up once again. Dante De La Muerte gets tossed overhead. Beautiful running power slam executed with textbook perfection by the Monster. Perez, a highly skilled competitor, has nothing better to do than to think of different ways to disable his opponents. That's Dante De La Muerte now, fighting for his life, for his career. Gets a twisting corkscrew splash to the Monster Perez and takes him off his feet. Dante now scoops up the Monster and nails the coffin. The nail in the coffin, that is. Dante went for a kick. Perez went for a clothesline, but now Dante is caught. The claw hold is applied. Dante caught in the clutches of the Monster, attempting to crush the skull of the World Heavyweight Champion. But Dante fighting back now with shots, punches and slaps, attempting to maintain control, but the Monster Perez overcomes with a huge power bomb, and out spikes Dante into the mat. Iron Claw slam. Now Dante De La Muerte surviving the Monster Perez. Effective in his attack thus far. However, Dante De La Muerte, a heavy hitter to say the least, has brought his A game. The World Heavyweight Champion with a springboard acai moonsault to the Monster. Will now look to hit another. 2 in a row. Dante De La Muerte has the Monster reeling, tossing him over the ropes. The Monster Perez in trouble now. Dante with a DDT on the apron. The champion gonna lock in the Tequila Sunrise on the outside. The Monster Perez all wrapped up. The champion executing the Tequila Sunrise to perfection with precision and skill. Dante De La Muerte brings the fight to the Monster Perez. The Monster now in recovery, sent on a mission of destruction. As I said, must have been offered some sort of benefits. Now gets spiked for the Tombstone Pile Driver. As Damian Rodriguez, the #1 contender, He's freaking out. Dante De La Muerte going to work on the monster on the outside, driving a knee into the face. That bizarre mask of the monster now drops him with a sit-out reverse DDT. The monster Perez in huge trouble. 7 count as the champion tosses monster Perez back in the ring. Dante De La Muerte on a roll now. Looking to apply the tequila sunrise again. Perez right there in the face of his daughter and the number 1 contender, Damian Rodriguez. The monster Perez taps out. And unfortunately for Perez, whatever he was offered will be revoked by the number 1 contender. Damian Rodriguez forced to watch his personal monster, Perez, tap out in submission to the World Heavyweight Champion, Dante De La Muerte. Victorious once again here tonight in the War Zone. Dante on the road to high stakes in the Vegas Strip. He'll take on Damian Rodriguez in one-on-one competition. Dante can celebrate for tonight on his road to facing the Omen.
Here is your winner, Dante.
The World Heavyweight Champion, Dante De La Muerte, is going to eat the cameraman. As Damian Rodriguez and Rose Alicia watch on in dismay. The World Heavyweight Champion picks up the win over their personal monster, Perez. What a match and what a win for the champion. Dante De La Muerte victorious again. Here in the IWF in the War Zone with DrHooksMalone up next. We're going to see a number 1 contenders match for the United States Championship. Now held by Spectre. The Lucha Superstar Spectre has been defending his title over and over again against every challenger. Could Sweetness, the former champion, rise to the occasion here tonight and become the number 1 contender and defeat Spectre for his former United States Championship? Sweetness had quite a run with that title. Tonight, he will also face his rival, the Texas gunslinger Trey Preston, as well as the second psychotic Calgary Double Curve and his rival, Devin Gabriel. All 4 men looking to attain the glory of becoming the United States Championship on the road to high stakes on the Vegas Strip. Who can come out on top when these 4 top contenders face off here in the War Zone with DrHooksMalone? This is a watch-along. I am just enjoying myself watching my universe as I would anyway. I would like to thank you for joining me as I will be smoking and drinking and enjoying myself. And with that said, I'll be right back. Fatal 4-way action up next. fatal four-way action here in the IWF zone with DrHooksMalone. The Calgary double curve in the rubber pants gets caught. The Texas gunslinger with a beautiful Pele kick as Sweetness tosses Devin Gabriel to the outside with ease. Sweetness, the former United States champion. He'll go it alone here tonight without the help of his girlfriend Candy Casey Douglas or her partner, Bad Betty Love, the Big Sugar Mama. Sweetness wants to become the United States champion once again. Was on the winning streak of a lifetime. Tonight, he faces off against four top contenders here in the IWF. All these men with championship ambitions, with stars in their eyes. They want that fame and fortune associated with the gold. As Devin Gabriel nails the redemption slam on the outside. Sweetness in trouble. Trey Preston fighting it out with the Calgary double in the ring. Curve. And Devin Gabriel, the former tag team champions, squaring off in one-on-one competition. We couldn't pry these two apart with a crowbar. Devin Gabriel and Curve. These two men can't stand each other. However, they are both enemies of Devin Gabriel's murderous father, Inferno, the very same man that stole the lover away of Curve, the man inside the ring. We thought at one point that Curve was a sociopathic individual. However, he showed true emotion when his heart was broken by Cat Scarlet, the woman that perhaps cast a spell on Vinci Molesta, defeating her earlier on tonight. Curve now fights for an opportunity as he kicks the legs out of the gunslinger. Devin Gabriel in pursuit of Sweetness, who returns to the ring. All four competitors in the ring now as Trey Preston gets a super kick, but the referee's sleeping. Devin Gabriel applying a Stone Mountain Crab on Sweetness, but Trey Preston, he's had Curve knocked out for at least a 10 count. This blind referee, he's finally going to make the pin. Curve kicks out. Down for perhaps a count of 20, Curve. Perhaps playing possum as Devin Gabriel drags the former United States champion over. Sweetness able to kick out there. All four of these men going for the kill early. As Devin Gabriel goes back to work on Sweetness. Goes for a stomp into the guts as Curve stomps away on every body part. Thanks to rugged Ronnie Garvin. Curve now stomping away. And the cameraman didn't even catch how Devin Gabriel defeated Sweetness. But Curve now is off the ropes. Devin Gabriel busted open. Sweetness already eliminated. Curve now with two stomps in a row. Devin Gabriel. How can he survive this? Curve. Devin Gabriel somehow kicking out at two. Two Curve stomps in a row. As now Curve is dropped first on the ropes. He must escape the attack of Preston. Devin Gabriel locking up the gunslinger, but he escapes with an arm drag. Gabriel and Trey Preston locking up here tonight. Sweetness already eliminated. Unbelievable. Sweetness going for a rematch for his United States Championship. Was knocked out early, and Gabriel is fighting out with Trey Preston now. Curve. Back in the ring. On the attack on his rival, Devin Gabriel. Spikes him into the mat with a Uranagi. Trey Preston catches Kerr with a DDT. Beautiful move from the Gunslinger. And now, locking up the Calgary Devil. The six-shooter submission hold. The six-shooter is applied. And Kerr taps out. Trey Preston forces the Calgary Devil to submit to the six-shooter. And we're down to two. Devin Gabriel and Trey Preston now competing for an opportunity for the United States Championship. Which one of these superstars will come out on top? The champion Spectre watching on in anticipation as the Texas Gunslinger locks up with Devin Gabriel, the Dark Angel of Redemption, spiking Preston into the mats on the outside with a German suplex. Now Preston with a Hurricane Rana, sending huge right hands into the skull of Gabriel. Trey Preston and Devin Gabriel going to war in the war zone. The two final men remaining in the four-way dance. Preston now with an O'Connor roll. Pele kick connects. Driving that cowboy boot into the skull of Gabriel. Preston, the double cross rider. The Gunslinger taunting his opponent now. Devin Gabriel catching him with an insecurity. Will go to work on the legs. Wants to prevent Preston from hitting that Gunslinger kick. The Gunslinger kick so effective, the knockout shot from Trey Preston. Could strike at any moment. Devin Gabriel trying to soften up that blow. Yanking away at the knee and the ankle. Devin Gabriel continues his surgery on the mat. Will now climb up top, stomping the guts in of the Gunslinger. Devin Gabriel's got him. Devin Gabriel. Devin Gabriel gets the winner tonight with the stomp over the Gunslinger. Gabriel eliminating the former champion Sweetness early on. The cameraman didn't even see it. Then Curve was eliminated by the six-shooter, and it was down to two.
Devin Gabriel.
When Devin Gabriel used all of his heart, his guts, and his determination, and overcame the Gunslinger Trey Preston with that stomp here tonight. Devin Gabriel is going to face Spectre for the United States Championship, and what a match that's going to be. Can Devin Gabriel become the United States Champion when he squares off against one of his own friends, Spectre? We'll find out, as up next is our main event. When two icons square off, the unholy Thaynos and the Madman. The unholy Thaynos, the fiancé of the women's world champion, Victoria Lovecraft. Victoria will stand in the corner of her fiancé, the unholy beast. Thaynos tonight will look to get a huge win after being defeated by the Omen, the number one contender, Damian Rodriguez, on our last episode. The unholy Thaynos now takes on an icon in his own right, the big bad Mad Daddy. Madman is going to square off with Jamal Jones at high stakes on the Vegas Strip. However, tonight, he'll be forced to take on the unholy beast. Both of these icons with nothing to lose here tonight. They'll go one-on-one. Will it be the Madman chokeslam or the Death TF? This spells the end for one of these massive competitors. We'll find out up next as the unholy Thaynos squares off against the Madman in our main event.
And his opponent, representing the Thrill Seekers, from the edge of ring, weighing in at 348 pounds, Madman!
The unholy Thaynos and the Madman. One-on-one competition here in the main event of the War Zone. That's the unholy one, the Goliath, the Leviathan of the IWF. Thaynos himself spikes the Madman into the mat. The Madman set to face off with Jamal Jones, the man victorious earlier here tonight in tag team competition against Hammer and Steel. Can the Madman defeat J Money? At high stakes on the Vegas Strip, it's gonna be the old guard versus the new guard. However, the Madman is now in trouble at the hands of another veteran. Two icons going to war in the main event of the War Zone. In a pay-per-view quality main event. Thaynos scoops up the Madman, dropping him throw first on the ropes as the World Women's Champion Victoria Lovecraft watches on in anticipation from the outside. Her man, the unholy Thaynos, is spiked into the mat by the Madman, the big bad Mad Daddy, attempting to regain control. Can the Madman overcome this unholy Goliath here tonight? Thaynos down on the mat as Madman goes up top. Going for the Macho Man Randy Savage elbow drop. Delivered. The unholy Thaynos able to kick out on that occasion. Victoria Lovecraft watching on as the unholy Thaynos is taking a beating now. The Madman with the back body drop. Spine buster connects. The Madman, he's now distracted by Victoria and the lights go out. The unholy Thaynos using every trick up his proverbial sleeve as he drops the Madman on the top rope. The Madman momentarily distracted by the supernatural efforts of the unholy Thaynos, along with his fiancée, his unholy bride-to-be, if you will, Victoria Lovecraft, watching on from the outside. Victoria Lovecraft will have her day of reckoning as well. At high stakes on the Vegas Strip, which she's forced to defend her women's championship against the number one contender, Finchie Molesca, defeated earlier tonight under questionable circumstances. Will the Madman befall the same fate as the Louisville Slugger? It's the unholy Thaynos continues to work over the Madman. Victoria Lovecraft inserts a chair into the mix. And who knows what the Gypsy Witch Queen has planned. The Women's World Champion watching on outside the ring in fear of her man, the unholy Thaynos, being defeated by the Madman. However, the Madman in huge trouble gets choke slam. The unholy Thaynos asserting himself, but the Madman now comes back with a beautiful combo. The unholy Thaynos fighting back against the Madman, seemingly unaffected by his attack. Now drops the Madman in the DTF submission hold. The Madman able to kick out on that occasion. The unholy Thaynos down for the pin, nearly puts away the Madman here in the main event of the War Zone. Unbelievable action between these two massive giants, these icons of the IWF. The Madman catches Thaynos. Huge atomic drop delivered. And the Madman now goozling the unholy Thaynos, but he escapes. The Madman chokeslam, nearly delivered. Drops the unholy Thaynos on the ropes. Getting his revenge. The Madman blocking the boot. Against the shot into the gut. As Thaynos now simply out-wrestles the Madman with that go behind into a gut buster. The Madman able to kick out at two once again. The unholy Thaynos looks to deliver more punishment. The six sadistic man. And you can say that about few superstars that truly mean it. Victoria Lovecraft and the unholy Thaynos are truly sadistic. As Victoria Lovecraft is up on the apron, unable to distract the Madman. The Madman getting mad here tonight. Will he be able to defeat the unholy Thaynos in the main event? Setting him up on the top rope. Goozling the unholy Thaynos. Madman chokeslam from the top. The Madman down for the pin. This is how the Madman became champion. But the unholy Thaynos kicks out at two. What a match here tonight for the Madman. Setting up for the man attack. The unholy Thaynos turns around. And he's the man attack. The Madman's got him. Victoria Lovecraft watching on in awe as the unholy Thaynos is now about to be spiked in the chokeslam. But the unholy Thaynos escapes, takes down the Madman with that flying shoulder block. That trips out the leg. Death to you. The unholy Thaynos, he's got the Madman. The Madman in deep trouble. He has to tap out. The big bad Mad Daddy forced to tap out at the hands of the unholy Thaynos. What a win in the main event of the War Zone. Unbelievable action. The unholy Thaynos gets the victory here tonight over the big bad Mad Daddy. And what a contest it was. The Madman en route to facing Jamal Jones. At high stakes on the Vegas Strip, how can he overcome a loss like this at the hands of the unholy beast? These two icons doing battle in a massive main event, but Thaynos was too much for the Madman on this occasion, submitting to the will of the unholy one. Thaynos getting the win once again. What the hell? Sumo Joe coming out of the darkness as Thaynos. What is going on here? Sumo Joe on the attack, but Thaynos fights back and tosses Joe across the ring. The unholy Thaynos picking up the victory in the main event against the Madman. But now he's attacked by Sumo Joe, a rival of the unholy one. But now Thaynos makes a comeback. What the hell is Victoria doing? Victoria coming up behind Thaynos. Thaynos mistaking her perhaps for the Madman. Hits an elbow into the face. What a match, what a main event, what a result. And I can't believe the interference of Sumo Joe after the unholy Goliath, after his win over the big bad Mad Daddy here in our main event. What a show it has been here in the War Zone with DrHooksMalone. I'd like to remind you to check out all my friends' channels at DrHooksMalone's YouTube channel, where you can see all the past episodes of the IWF, Super Lucha Libre, and Ladies Night. If you have any suggestions, leave a post-show comment or contact me. Be sure to stay safe and positive out there. I love you all, and I wish you all a good night. From DrHooksMalone, I'll see you on the next episode.